Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna Feazell, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge television, radio, and podcast talk show. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, beginning 2 p.m. on the Eastern Time Zone as I get right on with you in the afternoon. You can find us on television, Abundant Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget the podcast on thenewscasters.com. You can find us on the radio, Rob, they're the biggest country station in South Carolina, WZLA. And you need to get this duo. It's the morning show. You need to have them on your show. It's a brother and sister. Well, they're a brother and sister team. Now, it can get kind of dicey because you know how brothers and sisters can be. And but I'm going to tell you, they are so funny. They do all these crazy things. And so it's the morning show, WZLA. Check them out. And you'll have a lot of fun. But they got regional, national news as well. But again, thank you guys for watching. And continue sending email, by the way. I love it. Rob can tell you. I get so thrilled. Donna at donnasedge.com. Donna at donnasedge.com. It just makes my day. I've got my friend Rob Patz with me right now. He's a chief cook, bottle washer, does the laundry, washes dishes, all kinds of stuff at Abundance Television. It's always so good to have you with me, Rob.
Hey, Donna, it's always good to be with you. Thank you for having me. And yes, all those roles that you talked about, that is what I do. Everything from answering the emails to answering the phone to programming the station. So, yep, there's a lot of little jobs involved in creating a network. And, of course, we're always excited every Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern to watch Donna on our network. And we're blessed to have you as part of our team.
Well, we feel blessed to have you and also for a lifetime friend as well, you and Kristen. We appreciate that. I wanted to mention something to you, though. And this is about the show, about Abundant Television. And if you noticed when I say, thank you so much for watching Abundant TV, I have this Southern accent. And I feel like I have to kind of exaggerate that part of it, so people can understand what I'm saying.
Well, that is, and we get a lot of other things. We should probably buy the other domains because people call us Abundance and all kinds of other things. Yeah. So it's close, but yes, we're blessed.
Well, I'll tell you something else that I really love about Abundant Television is because you can watch the shows another time throughout the day too. You guys have a website that's pretty awesome.
We do a website and also on the app. If you download the app, whether it's Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, or on your phone. You can see almost all of our shows on demand. So if you miss it during its time slot, you can then go back and watch later. Now, some shows stay for a long period because I'm on them, and then other shows are off after a week. But you think
the ones I'm on?
Yeah, those only last because they're dated. So yeah, so yes. But
you know what? I appreciate this. I appreciate this opportunity, and let me tell you why. A lot of people are like me. They're busy, and they're at work. They can't watch, say, at 2 o'clock, because they're at work. I don't want people to get in trouble. So it's so great that you have this platform where people, they can go by their schedule and watch what they want to watch.
Oh, exactly. And that's what we love about app-driven television, or what they now call fast channels. The world has renamed them. Actually, it's funny because it was Netflix got together with a couple others and they renamed it. We used to be called app-driven television, and now we're called fast channels. Have no idea why, but we are, and so we'll go with that. And we're excited. We, it's fun. We were in. It was really fun. We, of course, my wife and I spent about 8 days in Puerto Rico. For our vacation, and it was fun because even while we were down there, we could watch Abundant TV, and so those kinds of things are always interesting, and that's what makes a fast channel so great.
I love it, and especially hosting a show, because I've been on vacation sometimes and you didn't know it. Well, you probably figured it out. I was smiling too much, but that you can actually literally be on a vacation somewhere and produce a show.
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Oh, totally. We do shows off what we call off campus. So yes, definitely that can happen. So hey, I want to ask you a question about this. I saw that you have articles, and it went by way too fast. So you have articles on a website that people can read stuff you've written. Where's this?
Yeah, it's kind of like an online newspaper. It's called yournews.com. And each city in the whole United States has a correspondent, someone who can just throw it out there, and it's free to do, no cost whatsoever.
Interesting stuff. So, and how's the garden going? Because we follow that on TV. So, how's the garden doing?
It's going great. And of course, I have a husband who does all this really neat behind the scenes stuff that you guys don't see. So people are talking, especially in the South. It's been so hot. I'm telling you, humidity. Living in South Carolina is just like living in Alabama. You could cut it with a knife. I mean, it's that bad. But Phil has put these shade cloths over the tomatoes, and we've got tomatoes when other people don't have them. And so that helps. It seems like a good 20 degrees lower inside that shade cloth. And you would think when it rains, it wouldn't hit. You think, well, when it rains, it's not going to do any good, but it does. The rain finds its way inside to the tomatoes. It's really cool.
Interesting. So is it like a tea cloth then type?
It's almost like black lace, if I can say that. A woman would describe it that way, okay. But it's kind of it's almost like a woven kind of a material, and it's some kind of plastic, I think, and it fits over these little hoops. And Phil puts that over the hoops. But then when you start getting to decent weather again, when it's around 80 degrees, he'll take them off. Because all the sunshine you can get in the summertime, but it has been hot. I'm just telling you.
It was hot here. Hey, listen, my wife and I are thinking about going to Charleston for our anniversary, our 5th anniversary coming up. We've been married 5 years.
Doesn't seem like it, does it?
No, it doesn't. But tell me, is Charleston worth a good weekend?
Yes, it is. You will love it. It's my son and daughter-in-law's favorite destination. They go there every year for their wedding anniversary.
Interesting. Well, we usually do Mackinac Island for our anniversary, and we thought we'd change things up a little this year and go to Charleston. So tentatively, it's Charleston. We'll see though if that ends up.
You guys are going to love it. It's a romantic city, and you would think you're probably in the old world, out somewhere, not. You ain't from here kind of thing, but you are. It's just a beautiful place. Old buildings. If you love old structures, you're going to love it.
I do. And see, we did Savannah last May, and we loved Savannah. And they said if you love Savannah, you're going to really love Charleston because it's a little different. Savannah had a little of the party atmosphere to it, and that's not my thing anymore. I'm not, not young anymore, wanting to do wild things. So, I liked the atmosphere of Savannah, but I think I would like a little calmer, like Charleston.
Well, Rick Staines, who's on the show once a month, the security guy, that's where he lives.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
He lives there. But you're going to love you're going to really love it. If you like old buildings and old structures and old churches, you're going to love it. You'll want to make sure you bring the camera.
Oh, yes. We'll bring our video camera. We'll do some stuff and maybe do a special from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't believe it's been 5 years.
Yep. Crazy to think, and of course, we just in May celebrated 4 years of being on Abundant, having Abundant TV. So it's been really crazy.
Yeah, and that's hard to believe too. Time really flies when you're having fun.
Yes, in doing stuff that you believe in, and I think that's, Donna, you and I talk about a lot of things, but I think one of the things, if you find a career that you love, that you can do, like for you and I, this is what we love to do. This is not work for us, and so I always tell people this. In fact, I'm getting a really neat chance to do some mentoring with younger communications people, and I always tell them this is, if you don't enjoy this, this isn't like a passion for you, then you should try something else, because it's hard work doing what we do, doing in front of the camera, we're creating shows and doing that is a lot of work. And unless you enjoy it and love it, then you want to do something else. And I think that's though anything in life, no matter whether you're an electrician or a doctor or anything. I think you've got to love what you do, otherwise it's just not going to be sustainable.
Let's talk to people like my brother who think all I do is show up for a camera for, like an hour or 30 minutes or whatever. There are so many behind the scene things, people, and I'm sure the students you're talking to go, wow, I didn't know you had to do all that stuff.
Oh, completely.
What you got to do?
Or they, a lot of times they're like, well, so you mean you work on weekends or you work, I'm like, you work whenever the email gets to you. And, or, and it's not always, and like you said, it's not always in front of the camera. That's the fun part. The grinding hard stuff, doing the emails, doing the contact information, doing the pre-interviews, doing the work that needs to be done. In our case, creating TV shows and everything else. Besides, it can get to you, and it can make you go, wow, this is hard, but at the same time, so rewarding.
Oh yeah. So how many shows now are on Abundant Television?
I think it's around 50. It's close. It's 48 or something like that. And of that, now produced in-house is 11 of them. We have 11 shows that are produced in-house, which is very humbling, because when we started, Donna, we didn't have very much other than you. That was it. It was you, and then later came the show that Kristen and I do. But yeah, it was slow going at first, and now we've got great shows like Men Like Us and shows like Salted, which is a woman's show, and we've got wrestling, which I know you've had Kyle on a couple of times.
Oh, it's so much fun.
And you've Jody, who does a show called Falls Count Anywhere, and so we have some neat people that God has blessed us with.
Yeah, it's such a variety. Something? We've got to go into a commercial break. Can you believe half the show is over?
I believe it.
Let's go. Yeah, because we're having so much fun. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. Y'all hang in there. Twin City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. Finding the right home isn't just about bedrooms and square footage. It's about comfort, security, and the feeling you get the moment you walk through the door. That's why so many families across Greenwood and the Lakelands area trust Jenny Ferguson with Keller Williams. And I'll tell you from personal experience, Jenny was my realtor, and she truly cares about her clients. Jenny takes the time to listen, to understand what matters most, and to guide you every step of the way, whether you're buying your first home, upgrading, or ready to sell. Because this isn't just a transaction, it's your life. With local knowledge, personal care, and a commitment to getting it right, Jenny Ferguson makes the process simple and even enjoyable. So if you're thinking about buying or selling, now's the time to make your move. Call Jenny Ferguson with Keller Williams in Greenwood today and take the next step toward a place you'll truly love coming home to. Good afternoon, Sunshine. Medical Minute brought to you by Dr. Chuck with Lakelands Chiropractic, where an ounce of prevention is worth what? A pound of cure. So what is the Beamer? Okay, now the Beamer uses very gentle pulse to electromagnetic signals. This will stimulate healthy muscles, and it supports the temporary blood flow. Now let's talk Beamer and circulation support. Now the Beamer gently supports natural circulation in healthy muscles. Now that's what I call natural health. Thank you so much for watching Your Medical Minute, brought to you by Dr. Chuck. You know who he's with. He's with Lakeland's Chiropractic, where an ounce of prevention is worth what? A pound of cure. I hope you have a super duper awesome rest of the afternoon. You take care. Shine your style at Kiss My Glass right here in the Anderson Mall. There's a place where style meets sparkle. At Kiss My Glass, every piece is handcrafted, custom designed, and made to shine just like you. Owner Beth Gibson brings creativity to life with stunning custom tumblers, gifts, and one-of-a-kind pieces you won't find anywhere else. Look for the perfect gift or something uniquely you, from bold and glamorous to simple and elegant. There's something for every style, so stop by, get inspired, and leave with something unforgettable. Kiss My Glass inside the Anderson Mall, Anderson, South Carolina, where your sparkle begins. Be sure to check out Kiss My Glass on Facebook for updates and specials and gift ideas.
Because of your overwhelming support, our $14.88 MyPillow has been one of the biggest sales in MyPillow history. I couldn't think of a better way to say thank you than to extend our wholesale pricing through Christmas. Get a classic standard MyPillow for only $14.88. Upgrade to a queen size, just $18.88. King size, only $1 more. Get my body pillows for only $29.88. And ready? Multi-use My Pillows, only $9.88. It's perfect time to stock up for Christmas gifts for everyone on your list. Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to take advantage of our wholesale pricing, including my classic standard My Pillows, only $14.88. But that's not all. I'm so confident you're going to love our classic My Pillows that I'm going to extend my 60-day money-back guarantee until March 1st, 2025. Plus, orders over $75 ship absolutely free.
Donna's Designs offers a line of handmade memorial, wedding, and keepsake jewelry that launched back in 1970. I'm a self-trained jewelry designer, and I will work closely with you to create unique designs you can love and treasure for years to come. Whether that be flowers that were used in a funeral arrangement or stones you found on the beach at a memorable trip, call me at 256-659-4319, and let's think of the possibilities.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer.
Yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
Good afternoon. We are
Lowe's knows that the projects you build in spring are the ones you can't wait to share. It's why we make sure you have our best deals with My Lowe's Rewards, and that you get help from people who've
Been there.
done that.
Try this.
This spring, we'll help you build something rewarding.
Hey Stan, what's up? I made you something. Oh, thank you. And I got something for you. You grew these? Of course.
Lowe's knows how to help you spring.
Good afternoon. We are back. My name is Donna, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Television, Radio, and Podcast Talk Show. I have Rob Patz with me. Rob, people ask, why is your show so successful? And I said, well, I mean, it's not me, okay? It's the guests I have. The guests are absolutely awesome. And so I kind of got this little, I'm not a soothsayer or anything like that, but I can kind of tell when it's about to die down just a little bit, and then I can kind of pick it back up. That's the one gift I've got in the world. I can figure that out. That kind of helps keep thinking going, you know?
That comes with experience of doing this. You get to a point where you realize that, okay, this is going to wind down, so now I need to be ready for another question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question. The most interesting interview you've ever done?
That's got to be you. Nobody has been as fascinating as you.
No, come on. No, somebody seriously. Somebody.
Okay, it was this guy. He was running for office. He was running for mayor in a small town in Alabama. He really didn't want to be the mayor. His wife was the head of the Chamber of Commerce, and she wanted him to be the mayor. And he just had like no interest whatsoever. And also we were on opposing teams, if you know what I mean. We didn't agree, on everything entirely. But now my show, everybody gets a shot at it. That's just the way it is. Don't do gotcha moments, none of that stuff. I just want the real person to shine through. So I was meeting with him, and he wouldn't even look at me. And he made a funny remark, and I knew he was just nervous. And he said, "How do you shake a woman's hand?" And I kind of looked at him and I thought he did not mean that the way it came out. And so I said, "Here's what my grandmother's always told me. A man should never shake a woman's hand unless she puts her hand out first." Well, that kind of loosened him up just a little bit. And then he started getting nervous again. And I had done a little research on him, and I found out he used to play football for Coach Paul Bear Bryant.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, so all I had to do, and he was, like I said, he was like really nervous. This guy was like 6'4". I don't know why he was like towering tall, but he was sitting in a chair. So I just kneeled down by him and put my hand on the arm of the chair, and I said, "I heard you used to play football for Coach Paul Bear Bryant." That got it. That won him over. The only thing about it, though, Rob, is during the interview, when I introduced him, I said he was running for office. He just kind of sat there. And so I'm going, I got to get the guy off. Even though I'm not on his side, I've got to wake him up or keep him from being so nervous. So he's just sitting there, and I said, "You know what? Let's start this out this way." I said, "I'm so excited. Even though I'm an Auburn fan, I found out you used to play football for Coach Paul Bear Bryant." He did great the rest of the interview until I said, "Well, let's talk about you running for mayor." And then he kind of sat down.
So did he win? That's
No. As a matter of fact, he even invited me to go to a speech he was at, which was all for Democrats. I said, "They all know I'm a Republican. They're going to kick me out when I walk in." He said, "But you're a friendly face, and I just need you to, if you'll just sit there and kind of coach me a little bit." I said, "Okay, I'll see how you can come across the lines and try to make friends with people." So anyway, I'm sitting there, and he's staring at me the entire time, and I'm even looking at him going, to smile a little bit. But that had to be not the most interesting guest, maybe, but the one I had to. That 30 minutes seemed like 2 hours for that interview.
Oh. Yes, that's where you're like checking your clock you're like looking up, and you can't look without looking obvious, and you go, please let this be over.
Let me check my lipstick. And you're really looking at the clock.
Wow. Yes. So those are always challenging. And I think the toughest ones are usually the people with yes/no answers.
Tell me about that one.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm in a court of law. I'm a lawyer, and I'm trying to get information out of somebody, or I'm fishing. I'm throwing the line out there, and I'm going, say something.
I've had some people that were very well-known people who you would think would be great at doing interviews, and they were terrible. They were. It was awful. Now I'll tell you also, and she's passed away now, but I did an interview with Carol Channing, and if you're not familiar with who
Diamonds are a girl's best friend, but she sounded like a man saying it. But I say what you're saying. Yes,
she was the best interview I've ever done. Most fun, very loose. Walked into the studio. I walked in,
darling.
Yes, and it was like it was game time. I mean, she changed. She knew I was there. The lights came up in the studio, and it was game time. I mean, it was time for her to go. And it's funny because she was an amazing communicator. It was an amazing. I think I asked 3 questions in 30 minutes, and she just went on stories, and it was awesome because it was hearing about famous people that she'd been around, and obviously she is very well known. Was very well known also, but to be able to have that's what I think is fun. I think and we talk about it from this point. But I think that's a lost art for people in general, is communicating with each other. So if there's something that, like if you work in a field where you need to spend time with people, learn to communicate. You're going to beat 90% of the other people that are out there.
Oh, yeah. Customer service is it. And that's all about communicating, saying the right things. But I just like to know what makes somebody tick. And I like to find out something about them nobody knows, because most of the people who come on the show will not brag about themselves at all. So I have to kind of dig and find that information, then I throw it out there.
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh, I totally agree with you. It's hard. It's hard to get people to talk about themselves, and I think that's the society we live in. They've been told, no, we can't talk about ourselves. Which isn't really true because God made us. We should be proud of what God made.
And it's just up to you to find out, and you're really good at that as well. Now, let's talk about a little bit about your background before we have to go. How did you get started in this business? How did you know that was the career for you?
I didn't at first. So my dad was a pastor, and he was on radio. So there are pictures of me at like 5 years old, being in the studio with him in the radio studio. And then between my sophomore and junior years of college, I went to a college and was there for one day and realized it was not for me. So I left, and I went back home, and my mom and my aunt met with me for lunch and basically told me that I had to have a job until I was back in school, which the plan was to go back that winter quarter. And they found me a job at the radio station where my dad would record at, and I was terrible, but that was my start. I fell in love with it. And I had to tell my parents 3 months later that I wasn't going back to school at that time, but I had to promise I would, and I did. I went back later, but I fell in love with radio. I fell in love with communicating. I fell in love with telling stories to people, and that's always been my favorite part, is telling people things that are going on in my life, carrying them with on that trip, and in really sewing a thread that tells a narrative, a narrative story. And that's really what I love to do. And I fell in love with it, got into TV. To make a really long story very short or abbreviated, in my mid-20s, I got into doing television, doing some national TV, and that was really fun. And then during that time also, I left radio to launch my own media company, and we help people get to television. That's what we do, radio and TV. And then to fast forward even farther, 5 years ago, I married my wife, and 4 years ago, we started Abundant TV. In between there, we had a lot of fun creating really some neat opportunities for people through the music industry and all kinds of neat stuff. So that's the brief version of my story.
Well, that's a great story, but I did want to say something. I appreciate you letting the cat out of the bag about one thing. You said you'd like to take people with you. Does that mean we all get to go with you guys when you go on your honeymoon trip, your anniversary trip?
No.
But I heard you say that, Rob.
Well,
you said you'd like to take people with you.
Right. We will with pictures. We'll send you pictures. If you follow us on social media, you can see. So in that way, I'm taking you with. We
get it. That's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Where do you see Abundant Television in 5 years?
Well, that's a great question. I see us evolving. Television, the way it is, fast channels and everything is evolving. I hope and really pray that we will see. My goal is 24 hours a day programming that is locally produced by us. So like your show and like other shows that are produced, Men Like Us, Salted, and the wrestling and those kinds of things, even more of those shows. And that's, I think, where we really see us going, and being more of a center, not just for television, but for people to have a place to find out about Bible studies. All that kind of stuff is kind of where the future, where we believe.
And I tell you what, the young people are helping you bring it on.
Yes. And we've got a great
absolutely
team.
Are. Oh, yeah. And again, the whole idea of going through Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire, the young folks are doing it that way.
Yeah, our demographic is very, and the demos are something, of course, Donna and I have lived and died by throughout our careers. Our demo is very interesting. It's 25 to 54. So it's a younger audience that watches our show. And so that's neat. Watch our network. And so that's super neat.
Anything else you'd like to say before we go? About 30 seconds left.
Well, I will update you about Charleston next time we talk. And just, I'm so thankful for you, Donna, all that you do for our network and all you do to help get the word out about people that are on your show, and just that you are a great communicator.
Well, that's because I love it. And I love you guys too. Thank
Love you
thank
too.
you so much for giving us that chance. I definitely appreciate that. And thank you guys so much for watching. I told you we always have the best guests, always. Continue sending email. Donna at donnasedge.com, Donna at donnasedge.com. We appreciate you listening.